Hey there, Carolina fans. Matt Krause with you here on campus in Chapel Hill, joining you today to introduce a new member of the Carolina family. It's Danna Durante. She's the new head gymnastics coach here in Chapel Hill. Coach Durante arrives with a lengthy resume in college gymnastics coaching. She spent 20 years in the business as the head coach at the University of Georgia and the University of California, Berkeley, and has also been an assistant coach at the University of Nebraska and the University of Washington. Coach Durante, thanks so much for taking the time, and welcome to Chapel Hill.
Thank you so much, Matt. I really appreciate it. It's a pleasure to be with you this afternoon, and really excited about this opportunity and to be part of the Carolina family.
So why Carolina? Why now?
Yeah, great questions. So we've got a family of 3 children, my husband and I, and they have been going through high school. Our youngest just finally graduated back in May, and we kind of promised back in 2017 that we would stay put in Athens and let our boys graduate from that high school. So it made sense just for them to be able to finish their high school career with their friends. In addition, our daughter was competing. I never really got to see her because we had the same season. And so as a parent, again, really wanted to make sure that I got to enjoy her as a parent, as a mom, instead of as a coach. And so wanted to take those 4 years to really be there to support her as well. Why UNC? That's such an easy question. Certainly the academic standard, the academic excellence, it's a global brand. From an athletic standpoint, same thing. It's a global brand. The standard is high. The excellence is just tremendous. And the gymnastics program has done great things, but there's so much potential there. So excited about the athletes on the team, the athletes coming in, and really just the potential that lies in Carolina gymnastics.
What is your vision for that potential?
Yeah, really good question. So to me, it's just a no-brainer that Carolina is in the top 25 every year, and really beyond that. I really see Carolina as a top 12 team, a top 10 team. Like, those are going to take years. We're going to take some baby steps to get there. But to me, there's no question that Carolina is in the conversation at some point in the coming years for the national championship. I do think it takes time to get everybody on that same page and really get comfortable winning at that level and competing at that level. But absolutely, that is the goal, and we'll take some baby steps and make sure we're celebrating everything along the way. But conference champions, ACC, that's going to be awesome, with Clemson adding in a couple of years, in national champions down the road. That's going to happen. There's really no limit to what Carolina gymnastics can do.
How do you start fostering those relationships with the athletes on the current team to try and start taking those baby steps to build toward those big milestones down the road?
Yeah, again, really good question, Matt. I mean, I think it's FaceTime. Relationships are huge. Just for their development as young women, for their career development, for their athletic careers, or academic careers, and beyond sport. It's really FaceTime. It's really one-on-one. It's really getting to know what is their motivation? What are their goals? Where do they want to go? What do they want to do? And how, as a coach, can I mentor and staff and help grow them there? I think that just takes time, honestly. And so that is my goal over the next several weeks and obviously months, is to really spend as much time with them as I can as a team and one-on-one to really get to know them and let them get to know me, so that we can really partner together to help them reach their goals and obviously help Carolina start to make those strides.
You mentioned you've been out of coaching for a few years. You spent that time in the business world and in consulting. What did you learn from that experience that's going to help you as a head coach?
Yeah, was incredibly blessed to spend a couple of years with What Drives Winning, which is a coach's movement, if you will, all about culture and team building, and was really blessed to be able to be a part of that and hear from some of the best coaches in the country, Danna Durante being one of them. And then spent the last 18 months to 2 years with a company called Charles Harris Executive Search, which is firmly in corporate America and really working with executives at the highest level to place top talent at those companies and those organizations. So it's been a phenomenal experience. I was a gym rat. I knew gymnastics. I knew the world of sports. I did not know the corporate world. So have learned a ton about different industries, about the world of consulting, strategy consulting, just so many different things that I think I'm excited to share with young people who are looking for what does their career path look like. There's so much more that I know and so many more folks that I can introduce them to help broaden their scope, if you will. And so have just learned a lot about what else is out there in the world besides the world of sports, which is where my focus was before. So thankful for that opportunity and want to continue to foster that relationship, because I think it's important for our young people to have experiences from a broad spectrum. And so I think that through that experience, we'll be able to continue to offer that and introduce them to some folks that they may not have normally gotten to meet.
You've mentioned the development of young people. On your resume as a coach, you've experienced success both in the gym and in the classroom. 3 Super Sixes, 2 individual national champions, but also the 100% graduation rate. How do you balance those 2 areas of success?
Yeah, I think it's crucial. I think it is balance is something I think we're all trying to achieve, and certainly coming out of a world of COVID where maybe we felt like we didn't really have that. I think helping young people figure out how to strive to be their best, both academically, which I think at UNC is just a no-brainer and probably goes with the territory, but also striving to be your best, athletically and really just be that best version of yourself. Figuring out where that balance is, I think we often, certainly I know as a parent and as a coach, I have failed at that balance at times. And so I think just figuring out where, what does that look like for you and how can we really strive to be our very best, both academically, athletically, and then, as a person, what does that balance look like, and making sure that every person understands that it's a little bit different for each of us, but encouraging them to find what that looks like for them, if that makes sense.
Definitely. Outside of coaching, what excites you about coming to North Carolina and living here?
My husband and I have loved the Carolinas for a very long time, and we've been a fan of that Chapel Hill, Raleigh area. We really just enjoy the area. I'm a big tree fan. I love I love trees, and so there's no shortage of that in the Chapel Hill area. But we also just love the college environment. We love being around young people. We love the energy. I'd be lying if I didn't say I'm extremely excited to attend a UNC basketball game, right? And UNC football. Like, I'm excited to be just part of the athletic environment. And I think my husband and I we love sports in general. So we're excited to be about a part of that, as well as just the Chapel Hill community in general.
Danna Durante, she's the new head gymnastics coach here at Carolina. Danna, we are so excited to welcome you and your family here to Chapel Hill, and we can't wait to see you vault Carolina gymnastics to new heights.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate the time. Look forward to being in Chapel Hill in person.